I will do whatever I need to do to fight for him, to get him the treatment that he needs, that he deserves.
There is nothing like a mother's love. Tonight, a Fresno mom is sharing her family's story.
She says her now 12-year-old son is the youngest person ever in the U.S. to be diagnosed with a rare form of stomach cancer. Fox 26 News reporter Myra Franco spoke with that mother tonight and shares why it took so long to find her son the correct diagnosis. Myra?
Liz Monty, Braden Pearson's mom tells me she struggled because he's the first pediatric case multiple hospitals have ever seen. His problems began when he was 9. He was misdiagnosed time and time again. It took 2 years of pushing for more answers before Braden was recommended to see a GI specialist at Valley Children's Hospital.
All right, we're in the tunnel to go indoor skydiving. Say, let's fly, Pearsons.
Let's fly, Pearsons.
Ready for this? Ready?
Braden Pearson's mom, Rebecca, says he had experienced constant stomach pain starting when he was 9 years old.
Everything else they had done, blood test, all of these food intolerance testing, changing his diet so many times, I can't even tell you how many diets we tried. All of this, there was no result.
So she thought the best way to know if something was wrong with her child was to ask for a look inside.
I had told her, I feel like a lot of Braden's symptoms are very similar to the symptoms I had when I first got diagnosed with Crohn's. And I asked her, would you please be willing to do an endoscopy and a colonoscopy to see if it's possible that he has Crohn's?
Pearson says his doctor at Valley Children's Hospital said it wasn't standard protocol to immediately do those tests on a child, but they would do it because of her medical history. Those tests last October revealed a new concern. An area of Braden's stomach was red and inflamed and had a few ulcers in his esophagus. Doctors thought it was just reflux. More tests, and 3 days later, he was diagnosed with a rare form of stomach cancer, diffuse signet ring cell gastric carcinoma.
She said she had never seen it in her entire career, and that there's no known data for children with this condition. And even in adults, it only occurs 0.05% of the time out of all the adults who get stomach cancer.
They were referred to Stanford Medical Center. Doctors there hadn't seen a pediatric cancer case like his either. Only once, but it was an adult case.
So they had reached out to the NIH to find out, is there any treatment known for pediatric patients? And that's when we discovered that Braden is the youngest patient in the United States to ever be diagnosed with this cancer.
The National Institutes of Health responded saying there was no treatment plan established for children with this type of cancer. So it tracked down a specialist at City of Hope Hospital in Los Angeles who would take on the case and offer the best chance of survival.
Braden is now the pediatric protocol. Everything they're doing for him is the first time, and hopefully it will work. And we are very hopeful that by removing his stomach, that that will take care of the cancer part, but there's no way to know.
A risk they're willing to take to save their little boy.
There have been times when I've looked at him and I've pulled my strength from him because I've thought to myself, if he can still smile through this, so can you, Mom. Like, you can pull it together. And
Pearson says they're hopeful they caught the cancer during its early stages. At this time, they're taking everything day to day. She says some of the medical bills are covered by their insurance, but you can imagine no family is prepared for something like this. Pearson is renting out an Airbnb just 5 minutes away from the hospital in LA, where her husband and kids are in Fresno. While they are in Fresno, Braden can't go back home until his medical providers feel a hospital in our area can manage his care moving forward. Liz Monty.
I can't even imagine, Myra, but that mom's persistence. The mom, by the way, you were telling me that your mom told you that they created a bucket list?
Yes, that's right. Out of all of the things in this world, he kept it simple. A beach trip and to meet Spider-Man.